Alrighty, everybody. Welcome back to CyberSecJourney. My channel don't even know that I'm doing this video. I didn't even announce it. Oh well, they'll find out. They'll get a notice. Well, when it uploads, it'll send a notice automatically to the channel, so they'll get a surprise. Um, but anyway, this is video 2 of bug bounty. I'm going to be honest with you. This is not. I told you guys I'm going to do this for you guys. We're going to see how much money we can make with bug bounties, but I don't like this income stream because they just simply don't pay enough. I mean, a lot of the vulnerabilities and stuff that you find are worth more than that. And here is the reason for this for me. Now, for you ethical people and everything, it might not be that big of a deal, but I can't work. I can't get hired at a security, I can't get into the cybersecurity field like you guys can. I can't, get a certificate, because it's worthless. Again, because of my felony. It's not, I'm not going to get hired. So spending all that money on a security certification test and everything is just a waste of money because the certification ain't going to matter. And everything. Once they see that felony, it's done. It's over. And so, and I've said this, more than once, certs are just a lost cause in my case. Working in the industry is a lost cause in my case. Now, I'm not alone. You don't need to have pity on me because I'm not alone because there's other people in the same predicament, but in different situations. I know there's one person in my Discord that also has a felony. And he's wondering what he's going to do in cybersecurity. And that's how I'm going to start getting into bug bounty because for those of you that can't get into, maybe you're having trouble passing a certificate, or getting it, you do know your material. Now I don't, this is a catch-22 because if you can't pass your certs, then how much of the how much of the knowledge do you really do know? Bug bounty is a good way to test how good you are. You don't need a cert, you don't need anything. You just need to sign up, for a decent bounty program. There's many out there, and you know, see what you can do. That's basically all you need to do. And so it's easy entry. Whether you get paid or not, that depends. Now, obviously, the more you know, the more easier it is for you to make money, and the quicker you're going to be able to make money because you have your knowledge base is vast. The more you know about what's going on in the world, specifically business. But knowing what's going on in business means about what's going on, in a lot of other things, because everything relates to business. Businesses have to make investments, so that's where the whole funnel starts, and widens as you go up. But anyway, let's get on with the show here. I'm going to demonstrate some of that now. When I go to my homepage, when I'm logged in as CyberSecJourney, um, I can go in a lot of places. You can see, I've got Craig Ferguson up here. I've got other stuff that doesn't pertain to security like Trump. Um, but I have another channel that is 62 Polymath, so I'm into a lot of different subjects and topics, and that helps me out in my security because there's times when you know information comes in valuable when you're doing a vulnerability test or a vulnerability assessment and you come across something, you know, um, if you have that business knowledge or you have that added extra insight into something that no one else would have otherwise found, this makes you different, you know, and that's what companies are looking for. They're looking for someone that is, not your average, someone that finds things that your average person doesn't find or wouldn't have found, because it's not common. They're like, man, okay, well, fuck, that vulnerability came out of the blue. I didn't even know anything about that, and that has happened. So let's get looking here before we go in any further. You need permission from. Oh, I don't want to do that because it starts to play. You need permission from trusted installer to perform this action. You can see right here, hacking Windows trusted installer God mode. Um, okay, right away. That right when I see God mode, that brings to mind for me Tom Donald's video. Here just like a few weeks ago or something, he put out a video called God mode. I mean, that wouldn't come into play, but see when I read that, I know the security. Well, maybe you guys don't know what trusted installer is, but again, you should. If you don't, you need to search that right now and find out. Pause the video and come back. But anyway, I already know generally what this is probably going to cover. I don't got to see that video. And this is going to be the same for a lot of these videos. This is why I don't get hung up on security videos a lot. Like a lot of other people. Only the ones that, really interest me. A lot of them I can skip over. Where someone new, really can't, you guys need to watch every video because you're new. There's still a lot that you don't know. That's from John Hammond too. The Trusted Installer. I just noticed that 10 hours ago. John Hammond uploaded that. That's funny. But anyway, oh, and over here we got the bearded IT dad. We're not doing bad here. Who else do we have up here? CyberSec GRC. Okay, GRC. Um, that's not bug bounty, but that is a cybersecurity field. Are there, are there going to be people really interested in GRC? Probably not. TCM Security has a course on GRC. I took it. I've taken all their courses, twice actually. I first got into their course back in like 19 or 20, 2019 or 2020. One of the two. One around when it was first started, I think. I don't know. It's been so. I've taken so many courses and it's been so long, but generally in that area. And I've taken, a lot of them. And I recently tried going back there, like, I don't know, last month or something. I forgot what it was. Probably 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago and everything. And my account I didn't log me in. My account wasn't there. Now, I don't know what happened. I could contact them and find, my wife will tell you, I don't like the whole phone thing, calling up support, and this aggravates the hell out of me, because I got a very short, when I'm talking to, I got a very short temper to piss off. I piss off really quick, if you're going to get stupid on me and stuff. And that's exactly what support does. For one, they're reading from a script, so they don't even know what the hell they're supporting. They don't even know what they're talking about. They read from a script, and if your question doesn't pertain to that, fall in line with that script, then they're lost. They got to put you on hold, and they're not researching your problem. They're putting you on hold so they can call their supervisor or someone higher than them and say, "Hey, can you help me out here? I don't know. I have no idea this guy's talking about." And by that time, I've already lost my cool. So we go down further here. Billion passwords linked. Okay, yeah, that has to do with AT&T. All of you should know about the AT&T data breach. That was major news, and there's that many more names out there of emails and passwords, that are on the dark web, plain text. TCM's practical pen test. No, it's practical health. Should I cut that out or not? I don't know. We'll see. Practical ethical hacking course. Yeah, that's a 24, 23. Well, I think it's 23-hour course, but you know, who knows how long it takes a person to go through it. It took me 23 hours. Actually less because I had it on speed one times speed. Um, and you know, so yeah, I got that on there. But anyway, oh, but TCM, by the way, I told you, um, I lost access to it and everything. So uh, I didn't know that they were giving certificate completions out. Now, yes, he's got his certification, If you want to pay, I think it's what, $399 for the certification for his practical ethical hacking or pen testing course. I forgot what it was. You know what? I think I have it up here. Oh, it's right next to my tab. There it is. Um, right, yeah, practical ethical hacking, not pen test. Practical ethical hacking course, the complete course. You can see I've 100% completed it, along with privilege escalation, OSN. I've actually completed all of these, and I have the recording. I have every one of these courses recorded, and I'm just going back through them right now to get the certificate. And you know, like I said, it's just a certificate of completion. I couldn't use it on a resume anyway, because it's not a certification. It's a certificate of completion, just showing that you finished the course, you answered the quizzes, and done all of that. And, that's fine for me on my YouTube channel. Like I said, I'm not paying the $400 for the certification for this course because, again, I've already covered that. But yeah, it's sort of a completion, I can have for anyone on YouTube, that tells me, you got to look, you got a review channel, and you can look at my review channel, my previous video that I did. I started a category on my channel where I review cybersecurity and hacking courses from YouTubers, from Skillshare, from Udemy, all the TCM security videos that are listed here, that I have. And you might ask, why do I record them? Well, for one, I pay for all these courses. So that's why I record them, because these can be gone at any moment. Can TCM security, go out of business? Well, yeah. Will they? I don't know. But yes, it can go out of business. And I wouldn't have access to these no more if I didn't record them. And if I'm paying for it, then I want a copy of it, whether you're in business or not. And the same goes for Skillshare, Coursera, CG, Nugget, uh, Pluralsight, all the other places that I've taken courses and stuff. The same goes for for all of them. But you can see Windows Forensics, and these are the what you see that I've completed. These are the certifications that I've actually have, and this time I've downloaded them and saved them. So now I got my own copy of those too. Um, don't know why I didn't do that last time. I went through first time I went through this, but anyway, enough of that. Let's go back where we were. What do I have up here? Oh, a bunch of other stuff. This is what I have planned to go over, but Overpass Turbo. I covered this also in, I think, 2 videos ago. How hackers do OSNth. This is the OS Turbo that I didn't show in that. And here's the scripting language that they have. I told you guys it would be, it's going to be, this is going to be your biggest hurdle, in learning OSNth and this and like that. Because, like I said, you can narrow down, your OSNth, to granular, parts and areas and stuff. But you got to master all of that I went over in my other video and everything. So, um, don't know why that was still up. Maybe I had that up and didn't get it in the video, but who knows? Um, anyway, let's go on here. Um, Trump, we don't need to talk about Trump. The most wanted, not, let me see. Oh, damn it, I hate that. But anyway, Anonymous, Edward Snowden, Kevin Mitnick. So the title is Tier List, Greatest Hackers in the World. Even Area 51 is afraid. Okay. Area 51 is not afraid. And these aren't the greatest hackers in the world. None of them. Edward Snowden, Anonymous, or Kevin Mitnick. The only one that even comes close to being a hacker is Kevin Mitnick, Actually, Edward Snowden wasn't a hacker, and neither was not Anonymous. Yeah, they can do some stuff, but um, I'm going to tell you, from my time as an illegal hacker, these aren't the most wanted. They're definitely not the most dangerous. Um, because you know who are? Well, no, you don't know who are. because no one knows them. That's why they're most dangerous. Um, the minute you know, the minute you get known, you know, well, you're not the best. You're no longer the best. You've lost that title automatically. You know, and that's just my opinion. Again, you know, you you can't, you know, you can't catch what you can't see. You know, so if you're getting hacked and everything, and you don't know who's doing it, that's a big problem. But chances are, you can find out who's doing it because um, their OPSEC is not really that good. You know, and you know, again, because for one, authorities can find you. Um, Authorities, they suspected, you know, that I was doing stuff, but they didn't know what, and that's what saved me. They did know how to track me, and maybe I'll get into, you know, some of my techniques that I used to hide myself because it's not used at all. It's my own um, system. And you know, yes, I use a VPN, but that can be tracked too because you know everything's got endpoints. You know, all traffic has to come if you're in a tunnel or wherever you're at, or if you're on Tor. You know, it doesn't matter what you're doing. Even if you're on a VPN, you know, all traffic has to exit somewhere and get on the public internet so it can get to its location. And all of those exit points are logged and known. That's how they know, for one, you know, what you know that you're using VPN, what VPN that you are using, or if you're going through Tor, you know, and everything. So once they find that out, now they know, you know, your tunnel, and they can work from there. You know, if you're on Tor, they have a you know system. You know, they got a strategy, a plan. You know that they can track you. If you're on a VPN, then you know government can get involved and everything like that, and they can track you. You know, through those means and everything, and yes, you can hide on both places. You can hide in the VPN and you can hide in Tor, but you got to know how. You know, and the only way you can do that is you got to come up with your own system. Now I have mine, and I know there's other top hackers on the underground. You know that they use to hide. And if you don't have your own system, you know, then you know you're going to get caught if you're reading articles on YouTube or on Google search, you know, how not to get caught hacking, you know, and everything. You're going to get the same BS advice. You know, you got to use Tor, or you know, you got to use a VPN. You need to sign up and buy a VPN and use a VPN, and then you're cool. You know, no, you're not cool. Sorry, but anyway, uh, TF. Okay, that's not really for beginners, so we're not going to get in. We're not going to talk about this. Well, okay, that's homeless. That require another area. Ethical hacking from scratch. The beginner's guide to ethical hacking was okay. Meow. You know, who is this? LTN Labs. 41 minutes. 41 minutes to cover meow. Okay. Um, Swindletown, USA. The scammer capital in Florida. Ah, scammers. Interesting. I did a video on that too. Um, I got asked to join them people, and I did, you know, a little looking into it, you know, and everything, and you know, it's again, it's one of those things, you know, with my attitude, you know, they're still ethical, you know, and everything, and you know, if I'm well, okay, first of all, I don't like the idea that they're scamming old people. Um, because I'm an old person, I'm 62, you know, and you know, you take someone's life savings, you know, now I'm not in the best of health myself, but there are some old people out there, you know, that are, you know, in really bad shape, you know, and a lot of them, they're alone, you know, by themselves, you know, and everything. And their retirement or, you know, whatever they got saved in there is all that they have, you know. And if you're going to take, you know, a lot of it, you know, scam them out of it and everything like that, then, you know, that's when, you know, now I told you guys this is the reason I'm teaching, because I've long since retired the ethical. I mean, well, probably ethical too. I'm more into teaching now. I'm setting up my own academy and my own labs and everything, and I'm basically teaching. That's all I'm doing now. But that's when my illegal hacking kicks in because I'm revenge. For one, I'm a very revengeful person. Um, it's been in my nature my whole life. So yeah, that's the first thing when you piss me off when you're doing something like that. And I don't, as I say, I don't give a fuck whether you're from Pakistan, Uzbekistan, India, or where you might be located. And times are tough. Look, guy, times are tough everywhere. Okay, especially in 2024. But yeah. So I've got no pity for you, and I'm just gonna, I'm not gonna be nice. Okay, you know, they hack in, these scammer people, these scam baiters, they hack in, to their network, you know, with all their connected devices and everything, and their cameras and everything like that. Yeah, I'm not into making a video of that. Or I'm the type of person that if I get into if I get into that, um, I'm just gonna crash the whole thing. I'm gonna fry every PC in there and fry their whole network. And yes, it's easy to do. If I've got root, or I'm a domain I get domain admin, or something like that. It's just a couple of commands, and that's just it. That's it. The whole network goes down, and they're going to have to buy all new computers and everything, servers and all. By the way, it would take a worm. You could put together a worm to go through everything, to go through the whole network, the servers and all, everything. But like I said, that's not here or there for this course. Swindletown, USA. Oh, in Florida. Okay. Uh, this it's probably in Florida, and I'm going to say it's probably in Doral, Florida. But that's not the end point. The end point of that is probably going to be India, uh, United Arab Emirates, or Nigeria. Those are the big three: Nigeria, UAE, or India. Those are the big, top three scam places. But Saudi Arabia is also a place. Iran is also located. There are lesser countries and stuff, but more than likely, the people behind this is going to just be a package forwarding service in Doral. And Doral is a perfect place, you know, to hide. And this is knowledge. This is what I told you about knowledge. What are we now? We're like, let me check. We're like 24 minutes into this. We're getting there, guys. And you guys know this is how my videos are. Um, Doral is an interesting city. Um, it's where the U.S. Pentagon substation is. Uh, well, I'm not going to get into that. Like I told you, I've done some work for a subcontractor, but it's actually the U.S. Southern Command headquarters, but it's related to the Pentagon. But guess what is right next door to it? Literally right across the street, Donald Trump's Miami golf course. Yep, U.S. Sub Command headquarters and Donald Trump's golf course are right. A street is all that separates them. That's how close they are. And they're in Doral, Florida, the most controversial town there is in the United States. And why is that? That's because Doral and the Pentagon and his golf course are surrounded by large warehouses. And that's where all this freight comes in. If you get scammed on eBay or anything like that, uh, when someone pays you money, okay, you're gonna get it, and it's not gonna be from email. It's gonna look like it's from PayPal, but it's not. you're not looking too closely at the domain name. It's not paypal.com. There might be one letter that's changed that looks like an A or looks like an L. You know, it might be an I, a small I instead of a capital L, or something. It look, at a quick glance, it looks in your mind, your subconscious. It look, you glance at it real quick, and yeah, that's PayPal.com, but you didn't really look at it, suspicious wise, and see what. Wait a minute. Let me rub my eye for a minute, and then look at it. That doesn't, something doesn't look right, you know. And when you gotta do when you're buying stuff on the internet and you're getting emails and stuff, you have to do this because this is part of getting hacked. Any of you guys that have taken a hacking course or ethical hacking course or what, you know this. Phishing is a big part of it. Social engineering is a big part of it. And if you're trying to do it to someone that is aware of how the whole system works and what's going on, they're going to investigate every domain you send them. They're going to investigate everything about that you send. And this is the problem. Most people don't, because they don't have a clue. And that's why phishing is the number one way into anybody's system. That's why I told you in my other video, I told you guys on the guy about on Upwork, that wanted to hire a hacker to, hack into his phone so he can track his girlfriend or his wife and everything. That's why it would be so easy. And we're talking, this was $350, and it would be easy money because he could social engineer the guy. Wait, I mean, it's his girlfriend. So he could, send an email saying, there's a sexy picture, an enticing email, you know, a naked picture, or, I'm, doing something to myself, whatever, you know, and he would open it without even thinking. He'd be like, oh my God, and it's an attachment, and you click, as soon as you hit that button, you're fucked. You're done. Because that malware has instantly went into your system and you are now hacked and you have no idea. And if it's one of my malwares and everything, I'm gonna it ain't gonna be that long. I'm gonna have a reverse shell on your phone and everything. So that's how dangerous it is. I mean, it doesn't take long. It just takes a click of a button, and you can be done. And all a person has to do is convince you to click on the link or open an attachment or whatever. And it could be an image, it could be a PDF, it could be a link, it could be anything. Here, check out my OnlyFans page. Well, hey, honey, you left me and everything, so now I got to make money on my own. So I started my own OnlyFans page. Check it out. Links down below. Tell me what you think. You think he's going to click on that? You damn right he's going to click on that without even thinking about it. Even if it's just for him to click on it and look at it to give her a hard time and he thinks he's going to trash her and everything. And what could happen? He could click on it and go to a 404 page or whatever, or 301. He could get redirected somewhere or everything, or get it. This internet site's not. This page didn't load right, or any number of errors. What's he going to think? Oh, well, first he's going to look at his internet connection. What, am I still connected? Yeah, I'm still connected. Well, you know what? I don't know. Maybe the website's fucked up or something. Or maybe she didn't type it right. She just started the website. So she probably didn't even put in her address correctly. That makes, that's about her speed. Now just start criticizing her and everything when he's the one that's fucked up and he don't even know it. But anyway, let's get off that. I'm digressing again. But yeah, Darrell, for anyone that's watching this, you just now learned something. Especially any of my students. Spend some time. Put in some interesting Google searches that involve Darrell, Florida. Come on, guys, think about it. I already gave you some. It's a scamming capital, blah, blah, blah. Think about it. Put together a good search and you could find some interesting articles, I'm sure. And you can watch this video. It's only 26 minutes. But anyway, that's where it's going to go. It's in Doral. And another reason why it's probably in Doral is because all these they're freight forwarding places. And that's where everything, ends. Once once you hit a freight forwarding service, the bad guys can't be tracked no more. Because these freight forwarding services are very, very private, you know, and that's their selling point. You know, it's kind of like it's kind of like dark hosting. They're very they don't want to be found, and this is where bad people host, and everything, and everything's private, and it's the same with freight forwarders. And guess what? Doral is literally 1 block away from Miami Airport. And the only entrance into the freight area of Miami Airport, there's only one entrance, and that's coming out of Doral into the airport. So if that doesn't sound suspicious as hell, and and our future president probably um, has his golf course in this town, right next to the Pentagon. How convenient is that? Surrounded by all these warehouses that are involved in illegal activity. So yeah, what the hell is going on here? So, yeah, cybersecurity is a wonderful field. Let me tell you guys, you learn a lot about life. You learn a lot about our country, and you just learn a lot. Anyway, oh, look at this down here. RockU 2024 password list leak. What you need to know. Okay, well, that's not going over the AT&T. What you doing? Anti breach impact you 20. Yeah, that's that's not the RockU 24, or that's not the RockU password inside Cali. That's a different uh, RockU. It's huge. It's very large, but um, it's a different one. It's got a little bit of history behind it, but it's got Russian names and stuff in it, and a lot of it is also just jarble and everything. But again, that's another rabbit hole I don't need to get down. Anyway, that's 30, what, we're like a half hour into this already. Let's get talking some bug bounty. Okay, if you guys are like me, okay, where do I go? Well, you might search on most popular bug bounty platforms. You need to sign up for a place first. So, and I'm going to be going through this too with this little, adventure with you guys. I don't know where I'm going to sign. Well, actually, there's one I'm already signed up for. It was automatic. Going through TCM security. He's got a partnership with Integrity, one listed right here, and I'm automatically signed up. Let me see, where is that? Oh, that's right here. Yeah, and same name, CyberSecJourney. So it'd be easy for you guys to follow me on the leaderboard or what. I don't even have points anywhere yet, but I'll get on the leaderboard. I ain't worried about that. No matter where I'm at, whether it's Bug Crowd, Bug Bounty, wherever, I'll get up there. But yeah, like I said, right here, HackerOne, Bug Crowd, Yes We Cat, Hacker Proof. I mean, and then obviously Apple and Google. Now, I'm going to get into this. You might want to do this, you might not, because the companies themselves have got issues also, especially Apple. Um, it's going to be a headache. I'm going to tell you that, to get paid by Apple. And this is from my personal experiences from bug, some of your top bug bounty hunters that I know personally. This is stuff that has been going around, on forums and stuff like that, talking about Apple. They're very, very, very slow in paying. Put it that way. So, do you want to put up with that or not? Like I said, that's the thing that's something that's up to you guys to decide. And Burp Suite. Now, here's one that I have, or here's one that I like, because I use WordPress on all of my sites, and I'll be using WordPress on my lab site also, and my academy site, for my membership, for all you guys taking the video courses and everything like that, and going through the labs. Although the labs will be in the cloud, but um, your dashboard and all that stuff and everything will be on my hosting itself, um, which will, like I said, be on WordPress. But my site's got to be secure, and I got plugins. I got a membership script that I use, to manage all you guys' memberships and your dashboards and your stats and all that stuff. And it's got to be secure. All these third-party plugins and stuff have got to be secured that I'm going to be using, and that's why, you know, for one, I have WordFence, but they have a bug bounty program too, their own bug bounty program that they run, and this is a little different. I'm going to get into this later. They don't give away bounties, so to speak. And actually, why don't we just get into that now? We're coming to the end of the video, people, after like probably close to 40 minutes now. But anyway, I'm just going to go through this now. We're going to do this because, like I said, I'm already a member here, and I'll eventually get. What I'm going to show you guys here is no different than any of the HackerOne, any of these other ones. So it's all going to, relate to the same. They're pretty much run the same thing. Um, this one is mostly Europe, so uh, there's that. If you're in Europe, then it's perfect for you. Um, you could probably, you could do it anywhere from the state, wherever, Middle East or U.S., South America, wherever you're at. But this is what I wanted to get to right here: responsible disclosure. That's what basically WordFence is running here. And for you beginners, this is good because you need the practice, and everything. And look, like I said, about the payouts with these. If you want to get into bug bounty for the money, um, this is probably not the area for you to get in. If you're looking for money, if you're looking for good money, because if you're looking for six figures or higher, you're probably going to have to be in the top rankings of anywhere you go. Because once you get good enough and everything, you'll start getting invites to private bug bounty programs and everything, that are reserved for the best bug bounty hunters out there, and that's where your income will start rising. But we're not talking average, we're not talking average bug bounty people here or average vulnerability discovery people. We're talking way, way above average. You guys know, you would have to know a lot more about stuff, a lot about business, because a lot of these, well, all of them actually, all these bug bounty programs are run by businesses. These are businesses that are running these. So that means they're running a business. And they don't want really to know about flaws in their network because all of them have to have a network. And and what they're more interested in is flaws in their business logic and flaws like that you find, because that's what affects their bottom line. That's what affects the shareholders. And these are the people you don't want mad. Shareholders are, yeah, they're very important, so you don't want to have them pissed off. But anyway, that's getting into a whole other area. You guys have got to study business and learn about it. Like, I've spent a lot of years studying billionaires, so that's another thing that makes me well versed at doing this, because I'm already experienced with business and finance and investing and everything. So if something is able to screw up a business process and everything, I know it when I find it. You know, I don't have to hit a Google, or anything like that, and spend hours and days or whatever researching and trying to figure out, is there a problem here or not? You know, when when I see it, I know there's a problem. Well, I know it's not a problem and I can move on. I'm not wasting any time on it. But anyway, let's look through here. Who do we have? And this is another thing you want to do too. Whoever you sign up with, you know, what businesses are listed there? Do I use any of these businesses? You know, if you own a Tesla, and Tesla does have a bug bounty program. There's multiple courses out there that use Tesla as an example. Even TCM, he uses Tesla as an example in his OSN course and his practical ethical hacking. So yeah, Tesla is pretty much a punching bag for for people using them as an example in ethical hacking courses. But anyway, Genia, uh, a lot of these, first of all, a lot of these are going to be in Europe. So you got that. And like I said, responsible disclosure. BMW, that's interesting. Uh, BMC, BMW, well, BMW Group Automotive. Okay, so BMW seems to be with integrity here, it looks like. That's interesting to know. I thought they would be with HackerOne or Bug Bounty or something, or Bug Crowd or something. Capital.com. Okay, that's interesting too. City Mesh. Oh, that's another responsibility program. Like I said, you beginners might want to look into these responsibility programs because, for one thing, as far as scope goes, a lot of these responsibility disclosure uh, programs, they're going to be wide open. In other words, if you go for these money, they're going to have a lot of things that are out of scope. So in other words, you're going to be really narrowed on what you can do and what you can't. Whereas the responsibility disclosure ones, you know, they've got more latitude. There's going to be a lot more things open. Basically, any network that doesn't belong to anyone else. You know, like Cybersecurity Coalition here. What would probably be in scope for them? You know, is basically probably anything in their network that they own. If it doesn't belong to them, then it's not in scope. Whereas one of these ones with money, you know, they might say, okay, well, our dev dot domain is not in scope, and our HR dot domain is not in scope, and they might give you all these listings, and you might get maybe, the main domain and maybe one or two subdomains that will be in scope, and everything else is out of scope. So you, so you got to work. If you want the money, then you got to work with the restrictions on however they're going to restrict you. Like I said, you got to read each one of them. DigitalOcean is here. Oh, that's pretty cool too. Hosting company. Um, let's keep going here. We're not going to go through Embark Studios. We're not going to go through all of them. We're just scanning through. And like I said, this is what you can do to see if there's any, like I said, any companies that catch your interest or that you would be interested. Because you can see down here, there's a lot of them. You know, um, Intel's here. Oh, Ing, and it's responsible disclosure. That's interesting. And Intel's also interesting. $500 to $100,000 bounties. We are talking Intel here, and you'd have to check this out to see what's in scope. Also, but you know what? Let me go look. Let's look at this Ing. Let's see what we can. I gotta give you guys an example. Like I said, I'm not going. This is going to be one. We don't need to go through all of. There, like I said, everything is still much. Everything is all laid out the same. The activity, all this stuff over here. And when like I said, this is only the second video. When we actually start going down, we'll dig deeper. You don't need a user agent. No request headers. This would be when you're using Burp Suite. The user agent, they're going to require you to use integrity.com as your user agent and your username. So mine would be CyberSecJourney at integrity.com. I would have that as my user agent, in my browser so that Inc. would know that, you know, I'm a bug bounty hunter. I'm from Integrity. So they would know that and be able to, oh, okay, yeah. So, we know who that is now. And that's what, that's all they want to do. They want to be able to attribute, why you're there. But, yeah, you can, you read through these, safe harbor. But you see right here, domain, that's exactly what I said. Domains not owned by Ing. But then again, look, look at our applications, clickjacking, CSV injection, weak SSL configurations, um, consensual CVSS standards. Okay, you're going to have to know that too. That is hard. I know. Learning how to, rate your vulnerabilities according to the CVSS. I'll get in my course. I'll get into that. We'll break that down pretty much as deep as you can go. You shouldn't be confused, when I go through it. But that is something that you will need to know, because all these bug bounty programs, they're not going to respect you if you misclassify your vulnerability rating, because for one, it means you don't know what you're doing, and that it doesn't matter what you're doing. If it looks like you don't know what you're doing, that's never good. So you want to make sure that you understand, how to rate your vulnerabilities. Very, very important. Oh, and look at that. Integrity's got their own too, up to 13,000. Interesting. Um, but you get that. You guys get the idea. That's basically all this video is about. I give you guys a lot of backlog and things, because, like, sometimes you're doing, you might be spent. Where were we? You might have been spent, 4 or 5 hours, going through your bug bounty program. You signed up, and you're looking, you're reading things, and then now you're tired and everything, and you're just like, oh, what's on YouTube, and you go through, and that's why I wanted to show you guys, because when I surf YouTube, this is how I surf it. Everything that I see, I can correlate to something. Well, except all these ads. I usually just X those out. But hacker cult, and I just read the title. They made hacking possible to every school kid. Cult of the dead cow. Oh, okay, that's old. If they're mentioning cult of the dead cow, that's some old stuff. 3 weeks, even though it is 3 weeks ago. But again, you could look into the history of them, the cult of the dead cow. But yeah, they go back a while. um, Doxed. Oh, that's from David Bum. You know, I've got issues with this guy, but that's that's all I'm going to say on that. There's a few people in security that have security channels that got issues with, and he's one. He's one of them. But anyway, um, that's about it for this uh, video. Another, 50-minute or an hour video. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, I don't know when my videos are going to come out. They're very spontaneous. Oh boy, ptoing, spit it out already. Anyway, you get the point. But with that, oh yeah, my English dictionary and person in there is always quick to correct me. I don't know. I have a service. I forgot what it was that corrects my spelling. I don't know why I even have that. I should just ask her every time. But then I'd be bugging her every time. So, anyway, uh, oh, goodbye, Nigeria. Great. You're going to show me a video of Nigeria after I just mentioned you guys as a scam destination. Well, it's tough living in Nigeria. You got to give the guys, we all got to survive, people. And before I close out, I'll say that myself. Um, when I was, back legal hacking, I had you got to do something, you know, and when you find out, that the world, first of all, the world lied to you. Once you get a felony, you're fucked, basically. And you hear all this time you've been thinking that, okay, yeah, sure, we all screw up once, but if we turn ourselves around, and start off on a new track, and don't continue down, criminal pattern and everything, then yeah, I guess we should get second chances. It makes sense to me. No, 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 no. It's not how the world works. The world, in truth, is more fucked up than you ever thought. Your parents lied to you. Um, Religion is not what it is. Nothing is not what it is. Music is not. Everything is created to control you. And if you want to think conspiracy, fine, go ahead. You just you can't see the forest through the trees. That's all there is to it. Um, you do realize there's well, now over 8 billion people in the world. If you put all of these governments together and compare that to the world population, in other words, you take everybody that's in any government in any country, you lump them all in one building, and then everybody else in the world that it doesn't belong to the government or a power authority, like police and stuff like that, you put them outside the building. What does that ratio look like? The people extremely outnumber the government people. So how can such a small group control such a very, very extremely large group? By dividing them up. Don't let them become friends, because united, they're only one big solid group when they're solid, when they're all together on the same page. And that right there is the death of any government, any leader, any power, anything. So at all cost, they have to avoid that. And the more things that they can inject into the public to separate them, white, black, purple, brown, blue, Mexican, Oriental, Russian, and everything, by country, by religion, by wealth and poorness, by middle class, music, rock, jazz, country, I could go on and on, vegan, you know, different. I mean, it's endless. It's endless, endless, endless. The more they can separate you from your neighbor and get you guys not liking it, the better it is for them to control. And then they need some way to control us with vital things like water, like health, like food. Well, who owns all this stuff? Well, guess what? You know who owns all of that we depend on? That small group does. They own the companies that grow, harvest, and manufacture everything from our food to our medicine, our buildings, our materials, clothing, everything. They're the ones that own all of those companies, not us. So, yeah, you guys want to think conspiracy, you guys continue through like I said, I'm 62 and I'm not going to be here much longer. So, the shit hole that the world is headed to, I'm sorry to tell you guys, ain't my problem. Um, that's why I can laugh at it. You guys are going to be all you young people and everything out there that This is going to be your issue that you're going to have to live through. And you can deny it now all you want. But, just when you go to bed tonight, lay in your bed and stare at the ceiling and just, put all your bias away and just think about everything logically, like you're playing a chess game. Be 4 or 5 moves ahead. Well, okay, if I take this person, or if I take this rook, he's going to take my rook, and then I'm going to take him. And wait a minute, I'm down a piece. I'm down 2 pieces actually. Okay, well that's not good. You got to think about it like that. You got to play 4 or 5 scenarios out in your head on how. Okay, if I do this, then that's probably going to happen. Then if I do that, okay, well that's probably going to happen. Well, okay, I don't want to be there. You know, you know, if I go kill someone, I'm probably going to get caught because I'm going to leave DNA behind and stuff that I didn't know about. Well, okay, if I get caught, that means I'm probably going to end up in prison for the rest of my life. And you only made 3 moves, and you already see that's a bad idea already. You're like, okay, we're not doing that. Because for one, I'm not that knowledgeable on DNA and evidence, and how forensics works, and you know all this stuff. So yeah, I'm no matter what I do, I'm probably going to get caught. Which means I'm probably going to end up in prison for no telling how long, depending on what my crime is. But yeah, we need to forget that path. So yeah, move on to something different. um, so yeah, you want to think conspiracy? Go ahead. Fine. Like I said, I got no problem with it. I'm not the one that's going to have to live through any of this stuff when it gets really shitty. I mean, when shit really hits the fan. I'm talking like maybe Mad Max stuff here. You know, when there's just a complete all out anarchy and riots. Every country's, the U.S. ain't that far. We just had an assassination attempt on the president elect. So the U.S. ain't that far behind. So yeah, that's that's for you all. I know that not a lot of people heard the end of this video, and that's good because 98% of you people are already gone. So I'm not worried about all that shit I just said. But it's your own loss if you missed it. Anyway, with that, I will catch you guys. I'm burping. I haven't ate yet, so with that, I will catch you guys next time.